Hello, this is William Bowman, and I'm recording this video for Wayne over at the Canine Center. Thank you so much for allowing me to record this video for you, Wayne. I really appreciate it. I just want to explain exactly what I found on your website and show you what you guys can change in order to start getting some better results and some more traffic heading your way. So in order to do that, I want to explain some things so that you'll have an understanding of how to implement the changes and be able to tell when the changes are actually working. Because, I mean, honestly, what we're after here is results, right? So I'm going to be covering the volume of clients looking for your services in your specific area, what your top online competitor is doing to win that volume currently, and things you can do this exact moment on your site to start winning those clients in the future. So starting out, I'm just going to scroll. I scrolled through your website. I do like your website. I like the color schemes. I like the pictures. I like all the information that you guys have put, and the fact that you have multiple pages because, these multiple pages, they can all help with your ranking. Especially the service pages. Whenever I look at your website, the only two things that I notice, one is this not secure. So definitely go and get your SSL certificate. It basically indicates that you are sending and receiving information that's encrypted. It sounds more complicated than it really is. You just really basically have to register for it and register your domain. The problem with not having it secured and not having that little lock that you usually see that shows that it's secured is that if somebody finds you through another website and they click to go to your website, they typically will get a warning saying, hey, you're leaving the safe part of the internet, information is not encrypted here, which can scare off some customers, right? The potential business. So I would definitely get that looked at. That's pretty easy to do. Just Google SSL certificate and you can basically find something that shows you exactly how to do it. It's pretty easy. Now the next area is content. You definitely want to have about 1,000 to 1,500 words of content on your front page and about 300 to 500 words on every of your back pages. The reason being is not just, to fill your site with content, right? But really it's because content is king in Google's eyes. And what you can do in that content is sprinkle in what are called keywords. So keywords are simply just what somebody would throw into Google in order to find your service. So when I throw in dog training Austin, and I'll show you the volume on this a little bit later, but I want to show you the results. What happens when I throw this in? The first thing you're going to see are ads, which I'm glad to see you're not here because what happens a lot of the time is people will just see the word ad and just keep scrolling. But really this can actually be useful if you're trying to ramp up, but it's not a good long-term solution because it can get quite expensive, especially in cities like Austin that are big and have a big population. But when we pop over here, the next area, this is a easy win. If you don't have your GMB, this is the Google Map Pack, but people call it the Google My Business GMB. So if you don't have this set up, definitely go to GMB, Google My Business, and go and enter in your information and go ahead and get that information in there because you can set up one of these pins with your name on it. And what that allows you to do is it allows you to have a place to grab reviews and for any potential clients to be able to see a set of reviews for you. I mean, honestly, whenever I'm looking for businesses, even if I already know the business that I'm going to use, I will still go and look up their Google reviews. That's just something that is happening more and more often now with clients. So they definitely want to be able to see these. So I would go there, make sure you put the link to your website because that will help you rank as well. And we'll talk about that here momentarily. So when we come down here, the next area is called the organic search section. This organic search section is the bread and butter. They get the lion's share of the volume and the traffic that searches these things. Now, you cannot pay to have your top spot. You basically have to basically rank your site by utilizing characteristics that are good for the Google search algorithm based on words. So I'm going to go in. This is a listing site. I don't want to bother with listing sites. I'd prefer to bring this guy up. This is their top online competitor. And this is a national company. These guys throw a lot of money at this, but what I want to do is I want to show you what they're doing so that you can copy some of their strategies and maybe pinpoint some words or some weaknesses in their strategies so that you can strategically grab more volume in certain areas that they may not have full attention on. That's kind of the strategy when you're competing against national companies like this that throw a lot of money at this kind of stuff. So I don't want to go into their website too much. I just want to mention that they do have quite a bit of content. They have the 1,000 words for sure on their front page. But let's go and look underneath the hood. Let's see what they're doing right. So we come over here, we're going to see all this data, right? And let me break this down for you. So UR and DR, these are two measures that basically show you how well you're stacking up on the Google search algorithm. The UR, it's a URL rating. That's like a measure of the specific page's trustworthiness. And the DR is a domain rating. That's like the whole entire site's whole entire site's reputation or power. So both of these are 0 to 100. The bigger the number, the better. So for a city like Austin, I would expect, somebody sitting so high up on the rankings to have these kind of numbers, 26, 54 for sure. I'm surprised that this 26 isn't actually higher, especially with their DR being so high. It's not as hard to raise UR as it is to raise DR. But let's go into how to raise those. So you have a backlink. So backlinks are simply just, if you wanted to go put your information on BBB and put that's like a directory site and put a link to your website, that link to your website is a backlink. That's not a very high quality backlink, but it will help you raise your UR a little bit. Now, a high quality backlink is like, imagine if a well-established blog writes a post and then says the Canine Center is like the best in Austin, go use them. Then that is an example of a high quality backlink. And I want to emphasize here, I know that it looks daunting when you see 2,000 backlinks on here. Quality over quantity. I've seen, 50 to 100 really good quality backlinks beat 1,000 poorly made backlinks. It just depends on what this is comprised of. And a lot of the bigger companies, they get backlinks from like China and Asia and Russia. And, Google knows that you're getting it from countries that don't have anything to do with your industry. So I wouldn't be daunted by this number. It's not that hard to compete with these guys. You can look through these backlinks and find the weak ones. But anyways, they have 65 different sites, sending them a total of 2,000 plus backlinks. And it looks like they're ranking for 197 keywords. So I'm going to scroll through this very slowly while I explain things. That way, if you need to roll the video back, you can find some strategic ones to utilize. At the top, I'm just going to explain three specific columns that I want you to pay attention to. So the first is the keyword, of course, this exact keyword, what somebody would throw in. The volume is the average number of searches per month that this keyword gets. And the position is what position they are ranked for it. The KD, this keyword difficulty, the higher the number, the harder it is to rank for this specific keyword into the top 10 on the Google front page. So you're looking for a low KD with a high volume. That way you can go ahead and try and win that and bring volume to your site. So as I scroll down, one thing I want to mention, sit means sit, you probably don't want to try and win that one, right? Because that's not going to do anything for you. Dog training Austin, this is something you'd want to win. This is a buyer intent keyword. You can service Austin. You know that it's location specific and it's dog training. And there's 450 people on average every single month who search for it. And 15 isn't really that high of a KD. So that's an easy win there. Sit means sit Austin. Don't want to do that one. Dog training Austin 250. Yeah, that's great. And a very low KD. That'd be easy. So I'm just going to scroll down slowly. Just so that you can maybe pick out some that you might want to utilize for your site. But then I want to jump into your site and kind of show you kind of where you're sitting and kind of how you compare. So let me go ahead and pop over now. So as I pop over, we're going to see you have a UR of 12, you have a DR of 26, you're well on your way. Looks like you have 251 backlinks. So that can comprise of both good and bad. I didn't really look at your backlink profile. But let's look at what are you ranking for? So we're going to go ahead and go based off of the volume, right? Canine Academy. That's not bad. But it's a national keyword, which means that somebody in Florida could search this and you won't be able to help them even if you were position 1, even though it has high volume. So definitely focus more on, buyer intent keywords. This is a good one. You just have to raise your UR and DR, maybe put it on multiple pages and point those pages at each other. So then basically, whenever I'm coming through here, I'm noticing that you do have some of them that are ranked up high. It looks like it's your name. But that's my advice to you if you wanted to bring more traffic your way, is I would say, focus on some more high quality backlinks. Maybe you can do some more citations on, just directory sites to raise this UR. because it's getting kind of out of the ratio that you want for UR and DR. You want those to kind of raise up together. So your UR is getting kind of lower than your DR. So definitely focus on those directory sites to raise that up quicker and let it catch up to your DR, and then continue popping in those high quality backlinks. This is quite a few backlinks, and I see historically you had over 3,000. Again, focus quality over quantity. You'll get way better results that way. Bring in those keywords maybe that you may have seen here that you aren't already utilizing, that are low-hanging fruit for you guys to win. And if you don't have your GMB set up, go ahead and get it set up. And if you want to optimize it, you can optimize it to where you have multiple different rankings for the same business, but just different services in different locations. And you can own multiple spots, and you can actually optimize these to be in the top 3 depending on the geographic area that somebody does the search from. But I hope this information was useful. I'd love to hear your feedback just on whether or not you're able to follow this and implement any of this. If you could please reach out to me, letting me know if this information was easy to follow, I would very greatly appreciate it. But thank you so much, and I hope you have a great day.